What if you could replace anyone in a video with any character while keeping every single movement perfectly intact? No open pose, no complicated tracking, and no frame-by-frame editing in Photoshop or anything like that. This is Scale 2 running inside ComfyUI. It can swap an entire character while preserving the original motion, camera movement, and even complex interactions, all from a single reference image and a driving video. Scale 2 performs end-to-end character animation without relying on intermediate pose skeletons, making it much more robust for character replacement and even multi-character scenes. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to set it up, how it works, and how to get the best possible results. I've also created a complete workflow for this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow for more AI and ComfyUI tutorials like this. So let's jump into the workflow. Over here, we'll be using this girl as our reference character, and this is the driving video of a girl dancing in her living room. Now let me show you the models we're using for this workflow. As you can see, we're using WAN Animate Plus together with the Scale 2 model, and here are all the required nodes for the workflow. For this example, I'm using the Euler sampler. Once everything is connected and rendered, this is the result that we get. It preserves the motion really well. Now, it's obviously not at the same level as something like Kling's motion control when it comes to facial accuracy, but honestly, the results are still very impressive, especially considering this is running locally inside ComfyUI. The motion stays natural, the character follows the original performance, and overall, it's a really solid model for character replacement. For this example, the prompt was simply a woman dancing, and I rendered it at 832 × 480 resolution. Of course, you can also render at 1080p if your hardware can handle it. Now, over here, this is the official Hugging Face page for Scale 2. You'll find the DPO LoRa, the diffusion model, and everything else you need to get started. I'll leave links to all of the models, the workflow, and every required file in the description below so you don't have to search for anything yourself. There are also GGUF versions available if you're running on lower VRAM GPUs. In fact, this workflow can work on GPUs with as little as 6 GB of VRAM. The Q2 version uses the least amount of VRAM, while Q8 provides the best quality if you have more GPU memory available. One thing a lot of people get confused about is where to load the GGUF model. Make sure you load the GGUF model inside the UNet section and not inside the diffusion model loader. I've seen a lot of people asking about this, but it's actually a very simple fix once you know where it belongs. Now let's take a look at another example using the exact same prompt and the same driving video. As you can see, the result looks really good. The character replacement stays consistent throughout the animation, and overall, I'm honestly very impressed with the quality. But let's make things a little more challenging and try a scene with 2 characters. Over here, I'm using this image of 2 girls that I found online as the reference image, and once again, we're rendering at 832 × 480 resolution. This is the driving video that we'll be using, where 2 girls are dancing together. For this workflow is using the new SAM3 tracker to generate the masks for both characters. You can see the generated mask image over here. I'm also using a newer detail, LoRa, which in my testing gave slightly better results and improved the consistency of the generated characters. One important setting here is max objects. Earlier it was set to 1, but since we have 2 people in the scene, I've changed it to 2. If your video contains 3 people, simply increase it to 3, and so on. It's a very simple setting, but it's important if you want the tracker to detect and mask multiple characters correctly. The prompt for this example was simply 2 women dancing. Nothing too complicated. I'm using the Euler sampler again, although you can also experiment with UniPC, which may produce even better results depending on your scene. And here is the final result. Honestly, this one turned out really well. The motion stays accurate, both characters are tracked properly, and the detail LoRa definitely seems to improve the final quality. I also tried rendering the same example again using the Euler sampler, and the results were consistently good. Overall, I'm genuinely impressed with what Scale 2 is capable of. It's one of the easiest ways to perform high-quality character replacement locally in ComfyUI, especially if you're looking for a workflow that doesn't rely on complicated pose estimation or manual editing. So that's Scale 2 inside ComfyUI. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like the workflow, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.